Hello, welcome back to another game of Deaths of Athazar, the card game. This game is between Sonny Clarke and Faisal Madhari. Sonny is a barista in one of the many coffee shops in the area, and Faisal is an engineering student in Dubai. Faisal just happened to see one of my videos, and when he learned I was in Dubai, he sent me a DM and wanted to meet up. So we met at the game room, played a few hands, and he was quite impressed with the gameplay. Sonny was also in the game room, and we convinced him to try a different card game. He agreed, and we played a couple of rounds, getting to know each other. Then they both agreed to do a gameplay video. So here is that game. Faisal has a pretty weak hand with two sailors, a brawler, and a wise man. His only saving grace is the hunter there. He can hold off Sonny's progress a little by utilizing the hunter's ability to allow Faisal to pass two cards over instead of one. Sonny has the better hand with two assassins, an archer, and a prince. Even though he has the dreaded Jinn, it won't seem to affect him much. Sonny has more than enough killers to kill it off. As usual, each game starts off with a pass. A player passes one card over, but with a hunter, he may pass two. And right from the start, Faisal passes two to make the card count 4 to 6, getting the advantage. He has Archer kill the brawler, and Sonny kills the Jinn. Again, you want to kill the Jinn off as soon as possible. Luckily, Sonny got the Jinn at the start of the game with a powerful killer. Otherwise, in a mid-game or end-game scenario, a Jinn can be detrimental. I remember playing a game and I was going along, had the win advantage with one card left in my hand. But then on the deal, I got the Jinn and I just couldn't get a card to kill the Jinn off, and I ended up losing the game. Jinns are frustrating in that regard. Now, Sonny and Faisal gets a card from the deck. Sonny gets a sorcerer and Faisal a prince. Sonny plays first this round. Sonny has a choice to either play a disruption card between Prince and Sorcerer. The main difference between the two is that if you play a Sorcerer, that gives you more control of what you give to your opponent. Plus, you know what card is in your opponent's hand. Whereas with the Prince, your opponent takes an extra card from the deck, but you don't know if that card will be an asset or a liability. It's harder to make deductions about your opponent. Sonny does the better play, playing the sorcerer and passing over a sailor. And Faisal responds with the prince to make the card count closer, 4 to 3. On the deal, Sonny gets a magician. Faisal gets a merchant. Now, Sonny needs to be careful here. Passing the magician may give Faisal a double kill if Faisal decides to keep both sailors. His other three cards, however, are more powerful, but the basic strategy is to pass the weaker card, and that will be the magician in this case. Of course, Faisal will pass over the hunter and another. On the pass, Sonny passes the magician. Faisal passes hunter plus sailor. Now, me, when I have a double sailors, I usually keep those if I have a wise man in hand. Double sailors over a wise man is statistically better from a positional standpoint. Now, Faisal pretty much has a dead hand here. The magician is useless. The sailor is useless. Using the merchant for a swap won't be good now. He'd be swapping 3 cards for 5. All he could do was a wise man, so he could pick from the deck, and he ends up getting a renegade. Sonny evens it out, playing Prince. Faisal gets a brawler. Now they do the deal. Sonny gets Hunter. Faisal a 7 warrior. They pass. Faisal passes over 7 warrior, hoping to get either a sailor or brawler so he could use that magician. And he does, but his card count is 7 to Sonny's 4. Sonny plays Sorcerer, adding to Faisal's card count. Faisal decides to ditch the magician idea and uses his merchant. And just like that, the game changes drastically. A merchant is used to force a swap. Now, Faisal has the advantage of 2 to 8. The disadvantage, though, is now both players know what each have in each other's hands. On the deal, Sonny gets a gin. It's not too much of a scare. He has that 7 warrior to take care of that. Faisal gets a sailor. With the hunter and sailor, it looks like Faisal is unstoppable, but since Sonny has a hunter as well, Sonny can delay Faisal's win. They do the swap. Faisal gets brawler hunter, and Sonny gets a sailor hunter. Faisal has Archer kill the hunter, and Sonny has his magician reduce his card count. They deal. Faisal gets 15 warrior, Sonny an assassin. Pass. Now Sonny takes advantage again of a hunter, and now we see Sonny trying to even the card count. He kills off the djinn. Faisal responds by killing off the sailor. On the deal, Sonny gets another assassin. Faisal gets an archer. And as we can see, it's game over for Sonny. Without a hunter or a play first, whatever he passes to Faisal will be a final kill for Faisal. And Faisal passes the hunter, Sonny the brawler, giving Faisal the win by having Archer kill brawler. And that is the game. Congrats to Faisal for a game well played. That merchant really put him at an advantage. I hope you like watching this video. Don't forget to share, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you next time.